starting all the way back in 1919 and continuing through here in 2019, celebrating 100 years of Ohio Bobcat Wrestling. And it comes against a common opponent, a team they've faced since 1929, the Kent State Golden Flashes. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Austin Reese. And Austin, it's going to be a fun day between these two teams.
Absolutely. It's a big match both teams look forward to all year. It's a great rivalry. Both teams get excited for this match. I think both teams are ready to come out and get after it tonight.
One of these big matchups coming at 165 pounds. Colt Yinger, true freshman, going against a fifth-year senior in Isaac Bast.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. You know, Colt's coming out. He's a true freshman. He's 10-4 right now, starting off a great season, filling a great role right now, stepping as a true freshman. You know, and he's looking good right now.
And then again, how tough is it to go against a fifth-year senior, somebody who's been around for a long time, Isaac Bast?
You know, it's a tough task. Bast has been on the college scene for 5 years now. He knows what it's about to wrestle in big matches. He knows what it's like to be a part of these big duels. So, you know, it's going to be a tough task for Colt, but it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to it.
And there have been many big duels between these two teams, again, starting back all the way in 1929. Bobcats, they won the first 5. Kent State went on to win the next 10. Kent State leads the all-time series 48-25, and in the last meeting, Kent State won last year 18-13. Just how big of a rivalry is this from a wrestling perspective?
You know, both teams prepare for this match every year. You know, this is one of the top things they prepare for on their schedule every year. It's the biggest rivalry they have. You know, it's a really exciting match for both teams, and they look forward to bringing that grudge match trophy back to their respectable schools every year.
The grudge match trophy and much more is on the line as we are getting ready for some MAC wrestling right here in the Convocation Center on ESPN+.
Top of the 5th inning, Bobcats down by 1. As the Norse will have the bottom of the lineup, Isabel Alexander, and then go right back to the top. Alexander grounded out to the third baseman last time up. Was a second out back in the top of the 3rd inning as that one's taken for a ball. 1-0. McCrady's got in trouble a little bit. Top of the 3rd, top of the 4th. Had 2 runners on base, but she was able to work out of the trouble. Come out scoreless, but it's the first inning walk, the leadoff walk to Josie Frazier, that put the Norse on the board. This one's taken low and away. 2 balls and no strikes with nobody out here on the top of the 5th.
Yeah, definitely a couple of big responses from McGrady the past couple innings. She faced 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Then last inning, leadoff double. Another runner gets on, but she's able to calmly work out of jams throughout the afternoon.
2-0. Little bunt found straight back on the ground. 2 balls and 1 strike.
See the Bobcats going back to that defensive formation where they bring the second baseman spot check as long as the third baseman day up, except usually, you know, it's the corner infielders come up. But a little bit different look here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, a little different look. I guess Brooke Rice just staying back at first, ready for the throw over. If there's a ground ball, that one misses low. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th inning, and Isabel Alexander.
I mean, that's what we call a good miss right there. You know, if that's just off the corner, if the batter's going to swing at it, they're not going to do anything with it. So good pitch from McCrady, just couldn't get the call.
3 balls and 1 strike. Alex Day went up to McCrady just to calm her down a little bit, and the pitch after the meeting is swung on and found straight back. So now the count runs full.
So I do like to see when you go talk to her pitcher, you go out and talk to her, and she goes and shoves a strike right over the plate on the next pitch.
What you got to do when you're down 3-1. McCrady checking into the dugout. Seeing what first year coach Kenzie Rourke has drawn up. The 3-2. Taken high and inside for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Maddie McCrady.
It's a nice at-bat there from Alexander. You don't like to walk the 9-hitter to lead off an inning to give a runner for the top of the order, but she's done that. Now she's going to have to try to get past it. The last leadoff walk came around to score. Hopefully she can dial something up here.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You know, last time she walked the leadoff batter, that was the batter up right now, Josie Frazier. Frazier walked, then reached base back in the 3rd on an error. 0 on the count. Josie Frazier.
It's going to be tough to turn two here with Frazier. She can burn down the line, as we saw on her last at-bat when she beat out the throw from Day. We know how hard that is to do with what a strong arm she has.
0-1, a bunt that was taken on the inside, throw down to first. The check on Alexander. It was not in time.
Looks like she offered at that one, called a strike by home plate umpire Guy Morrow.
No balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Runner on first, top of the 5th inning. McCready checks into the dugout, now looks into Alvarez. The pitch. Swung on and just a foul straight and a little bit to the left.
Yeah, she just kind of flailed the bat out of that one to stay alive. Not too sure if it was a ball or a strike, but 0-2, you gotta protect.
Again, the Norse working McCready here. Runner on first. McCready's pitch. Taken outside for ball 1.
It's a good miss out there. 0-2 pitch, looking to get her chasing just off the black. She thought about it, was able to keep the wrist back.
Madam McCready now just waiting. Toes the rubber. Fires in. This one bouncing ball back to McCready. She checks at second, now throws low to first, not in time. The ball was scooped up by the first baseman, Brooke Rice. But running hard was Josie Frazier. And now she's beaten a throw from Alex Day and now Maddie McCready.
Yeah, it's a good scoop over there by Rice. Looked like McCready kind of rushed a little bit when she saw Frazier burning down the line and led to the throw in the third. She should get an infield single for that one, though.
Well, it was a slow roller that bounced in the dirt in front of home plate, then went into McCready's glove. She checked over at second, realized she didn't have any time or nobody was really near the bag at all. As Tori Stoltler now at the plate, first one in for a ball. So McCready checked at second. Then the time it took for her to check second to go over to first, and the throw was a little bit low. So not a lot of things happening at once, and just late to first. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second. That one was charged as an error. Swung on, line drive over to shortstop Yun, who makes the catch. First out at the top of the 5th. Tori Stoltler is retired.
That's big out there for McCready. You know, looking like this inning could pile up into something. First 2 people reach base. Was able to get the big out there. Get a little pop up to the shortstop and retire Stolter.
So that was the first out. Maddie Mulder. Now at the plate, batting in from the right side. Mulder 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts as she's grounded to Yun at short. The throw in time for the second out, but both runners advance. Instead of first and second, it's now second and third. Katie Yun has been doing it all this inning, getting the line drive out, and now fielding the ground ball.
Well,
getting the out at
that was the
first.
smooth play there from Yun. You saw the quick transfer from the glove into her hand, fires it on the first, gets the easy out. Nice play there by Yun.
2 runners in scoring position now for the Norse. 4 batter at the plate in Kit Rocco. Rocco took the first pitch for a ball. Rocco today 1 for 2. Had a double in the 4th inning.
One of the only 2 hits that the Norse have in this game.
This one swung on and missed. 1-1. 2 away here in the 5th. 2 runners on. Norse only being able to scratch across 1 run back in the top of the 1st, though they've had opportunities in the top of the 3rd and the 4th. Now they've got another opportunity here in the 5th. McCready's pitch taken low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check that, 2 balls and 1 strike.
It was a close one on the inside corner. Yes, Guy Morrow saw it just off the black a little bit there. Gave it the ball.
And 2-1 from McCready. Swung on, fouled off, back into the net. Ball finds its way into the Bobcat dugout along the third base line. Quickly popped right back up. And A-Day had it, gave it back to McCready.
With
Count
the
evens
assist.
itself up at 2. Two and two the count, 2 away, 2 runners on base. McCready looking to put the top of the 5th to bed. The 2-2. Swung on and another foul ball. This one at the top of the net. And again along the left side. Alex Day got the foul ball again, and we'll do it all over.
Yep, Rocco not going quietly in this at-bat. She knows what a big opportunity this could be. If they could push these 2 runs across to extend their lead, she's going to battle it out.
The pitch swung on, and this one another foul ball. 3 straight fouls. As McCready and Rocco are dueling it out.
I almost thought about calling that one myself, Connor.
Yeah? Should have brought our gloves here to the park.
Yep.
It was close. 2 and 2 the count. 2 outs. 2 runners on base. Manny McCready in the circle. The pitch swung on a miss. Strike 3. Another inning put to rest. It was a threatening inning as the Norse had 2 runners in scoring position. But McCready able to work out of trouble. Bobcats down by 1 as they head to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Ohio Bobcats TV.
And we start our action tonight with Southern, who traveled to Ravenswood. Connor Mills, man of many talents and conferences, stepped away from his FAC duties to cover this one tonight.
Blake, I'm not the only man with many talents. Trey McNichol followed up last week's 223 yards with another offensive explosion this week. The gates of the underworld have been opened, and the Junior Red Devils lead the way for their varsity team. However, it wouldn't be long until a storm would be brewing. In the opening drive, Gabe Schuler runs up the middle and cuts to the outside to pick up 18 yards on the play. Great field position for Southern, and Brody Dutton puts the Red Devil defense into the spin cycle as he twists his way into the end zone. Tornadoes up early, 7-0. Tornadoes not done yet. Brody Dutton receives a punt, moves to the inside, and breaks away into the middle of the field for a 71-yard touchdown. Tornadoes go for 2, and they get it. Score, 15-0. Ravenswood, backed into a corner in their own stadium, pulls out their bread and butter. Chase Hood sweeps to the far side of the field, and he is gone. 79-yard touchdown, had to show up and show out in front of the home crowd. The Ravenswood defense, they'll step up and force Southern to punt it over. But the ball goes right through his hands and into the hands of the Tornadoes. Southern would not be able to score as they turn the ball over. First interception for Drummer on the season. However, in the second quarter, Logan Drummer, he floats this one up to Schuler for his first touchdown of the day. Tornadoes extend their lead by 15. Southern would get hoodwinked again before the half would end. 22-13 at the half, 35-19 is the final. Southern over Ravenswood.
It's the bottom of the second inning. Miners hold a 1-0 lead in an elimination game for the Chinooks. It's a win or go home for the home team, even though we are playing here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska. When at home, the Chinooks have a record of 13-9, but on the road, they do not fare as well. 5 wins and 18 losses. First pitch into Nick Kreitzer, missed for a ball. Ian Churchill on the mound again, as this one is roped down the line into right field, but just foul. Brad Polk on the call. That one again rolls all the way back to the fence, a foul ball.
And that could have been a real dangerous hit. Luckily for the Miners, it was just a touch foul, because that would have been an easy stand-up double for Kreitzer.
Talking to pitching coach Jeff Erlab before the game, his one job is to try to figure out how to get out Nick Kreitzer. We'll see if he found the success and relayed it on to Ian Churchill as a breaking ball hits the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes is a count to Nick Kreitzer. And for Kreitzer on the season, batting .236, has 17 RBIs as he swings through this one. Second strikeout on the day for Ian Churchill, and Nick Kreitzer strikes out to begin things here in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, I guess they figured it out, didn't they? Getting
did.
Kreitzer to swing through. And it also helps that it's going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup for the most of Kreitzer's at-bats facing Churchill, so that'll already have the upper hand for the Miners.
Gregory Osuna, the regular day shortstop for the Chinooks, stands in. He's going to try a bunt, but it is foul tipped straight into the glove of the catcher, Austin Pinarini.
And with that, we'll run through the Miners' defensive alignment. Danny Wright is out in left field. Kona Quiggle in center. Nick Brooks in right. Infield from left to right. Tyler Bassetti, Drew Swift, Caleb Van Blake, and Josh Hatcher. Osuna swings through the Churchill fastball. 2 straight strikes as the count is at no balls and 2 strikes.
Definitely look to try to get Ozuna chasing a guy that led the ABL in strikeouts.
The 0-2. Breaking ball missed outside for the first ball and count, 1-2. Osuna, 13 RBIs, 3 walks, and has struck out 44 times, and not great strikeout to walk ratios. He swings and fouls on off towards the right side and out of play.
No, not at all, but a guy that is very quick, so when he does get the ball in play, it's always a tough out.
The 1-2 from Churchill is swung on and missed, strike 3. A good pitch from Churchill to get Gregory Osuna chasing. 3rd strikeout for Church, as now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Churchill, I mentioned, always pounds the strike zone. He was 5th in the ABL in strikeouts, so he continues the regular season success into the postseason.
So far, so good for Ian Churchill, as first pitch to Michael Barker, a pitcher turned outfielder, is outside for a ball. For Michael Barker, though, in yesterday's game, he found his way on base twice, both coming via the hit. As we talked about in the pregame, as Brad said, pitchers usually the best hitters during the Little League seasons going through until they convert to POs, pitcher-onlys. A bunt from Michael Barker is pulled back for a ball. 3 straight balls from Churchill to Barker, as the count is at 3-0.
And going back to that thought, so it's definitely something that they're not used to. It's just been a while, and it's just an adjustment period.
Fastball hits the outside corner on Barker. 3-1 the count.
And that was almost exactly like the first inning after Churchill getting the first 2 outs, walking a guy on 4 pitches.
Swing and a foul ball straight back over the press box. Count is run full to Michael Barker. Should Barker extend the inning, Brian Pope is on deck, and for Pope it would be his first at-bat, as a 3-2 is taken on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Churchill strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Top of the 3rd coming up next. It's the Miners 1, Chinooks nothing here on Matsu Miners Radio.